Hello, hello. My name is Ashley Kirkwood with the Speak Your Way to Cash podcast. I am thrilled to be with you this morning, talking about a question that I received from a listener of the Speak Your Way to Cash podcast. And I know that some of you all can relate to this, so I know it's going to be a really good topic. Before we get started, if you are watching this episode live, tag a friend who should be in here and drop in the chat where you're from and where you're at. If you're listening to it and you're like, well, how do I watch it live? Make sure you're following me on Instagram and on Facebook so you know when I go live. It various times things happen. Every now and then you may catch a blessing and catch me, okay? Here's the question that I got from one of our loyal listeners, and shout out to everyone who listens to the podcast and leaves a review. If that is you, thank you. And for those of you who email me questions, y'all are the real MVPs because it is amazing getting your questions. So feel free to email me questions, ashley@speakyourwaytocash.com. Here's the question we got in from one of our loyal listeners. Hey, I see Houston and Birmingham are watching it live. Let's go. Here's the question. Ashley, how do I brand myself when I do multiple things? How do I brand myself when I do multiple things? I don't want to confuse my audience. How many of you listening to this do multiple things? Just go on and say it in your car or wherever you're listening to this at, or let me know in the chat or send me an email. There are so many entrepreneurs that do multiple things. And this is what I feel happens. I don't know if this is 100% the truth, but this is what I feel happens. When you are in a corporate job, you get hired for one position. Even if you may have multiple positions that you end up working, for the most part, people are going to hire you into a job to do one thing, okay? When you become an entrepreneur, it is almost a requirement that you do multiple things. And when you're flexing that I do multiple things muscle, what you'll notice happens is you start to enjoy a couple of different things. And then some of us are blessed and it doesn't confuse us at all. We just keep going. We live our lives. We're like, all right, that's cool. I do multiple things. No problem. Whatever. I know exactly how to brand it. I'm very focused and clear. But for some people, we come into working for ourselves. We realize we can do multiple things well, and we get confused about how we would like to brand ourselves in the marketplace. And I have seen everything from people being like, hey, you can buy 50, 11 services from me, to people who are like, I only do one thing, and they have a secret thing on the backhand. I got this question from a viewer. How do you brand yourself when doing multiple things? How did you navigate it? What they told me was they liked the way I am a lawyer and I'm also a speaker. They liked that I had two companies and that they weren't confused about what I do. And here's the advice that I would give to anyone who has two things that they're doing. Have a personal brand. I've always had the Ashley Nicole Show YouTube channel, which is just me talking about a variety of things. I have the Ashley Nicole Show Instagram page, but I also have pages for Speak Your Way to Cash independently and Mobile General Counsel independently. And for those of you who are new, my name is Ashley Kirkwood. I run Speak Your Way to Cash. That's the brand that I am in the forefront of all the time. Absolutely love what I do. But I also founded a law firm, Mobile General Counsel. And so for a while, I was trying to run both simultaneously and equally. And what I will tell you, there is always a brand that will lead, because wherever you place your focus, it'll grow. Wherever you place your focus, it'll grow. Now, transparently, both of my companies were revenue producing. Both had their own set of employees. Both had their own logins and passwords and QuickBooks and their own separate LLCs. And when you own a law firm, it has to be that way. What I would do, though, is if I showed up live and I was talking about a legal case, the call to action would be legal. If I showed up live and I was talking about speaking and getting paid to speak and general business advice and consulting, then the call to action would be Speak Your Way to Cash. Every now and then it makes sense to pull in the fact that I'm a lawyer into the Speak Your Way to Cash brand, because we help people land licensing deals. And it helps my authority in the space to say, yes, not only do I land them, I've negotiated them, and I'm a lawyer, so I understand the contracts fully. So that gave me a competitive advantage. So I brought it in. But If you run two things that are completely separate, like you own a coffee shop, but then you do graphic design and then you have a dog walking business, like there's no way to piece them together, then whenever you're showing up as business A, people don't even need to know about business B and C. And whenever you're showing up as business C, people don't need to necessarily know about business A or B. And so you have, what we did is we have a Mobile General Counsel website, a Speak Your Way to Cash website, and an Ashley Nicole Kirkwood website that links to both. That's how we did it. That's how we've done it. And so now that I know I'm clear on my purpose in the earth, I'm clear that I am supposed to speak, teach, train, and coach all around the world. I show up and I am primarily focused on Speak Your Way to Cash. That is the business that I will go. I will do this for the rest of my life. I will always speak, coach, consult, and in some form or fashion. It may look different over the years, but I'm clear that where I am supposed to dedicate the vast majority of my time, attention, and resources is speaking. So that's where you will see me show up most. People that know, sis is also a lawyer, and so they may ask about legal services as well. But the way that I'm showing up, that's where you're going to see me the most. Now, here's the thing. What do you do? Can we be honest? I'm about to tell y'all some stuff that y'all may not know about me. What do you do when the thing you love most isn't the thing that pays the most? Because I've been there too. So collectively, for the last couple of years, a combination of all my businesses has generated close to or over $1 million in sales year to year, right? However, the makeup is different. So maybe one year we do $500,000 in legal service. Another year we do a couple $100,000 in speaking fees. Another year we'll do a couple $100,000 in coaching. So for me, every year when I look at our revenue and I look at what we're doing and I look at what's performing well and how we're getting our money in, I will look at, okay, where's the money coming from? Because you gotta be wise about this thing. And for those of you on IG who are joining live, feel free to tag some friends that should be here. This is good info. If you like my glasses, you like the earrings, you're feeling it, tag some friends that should be in here hearing this information, because we're going to talk about some things quickly. If the thing you love is not the thing that pays, what you should do is this is what I did. You get the thing you love up to or surpassing the thing that pays the most, and then you put the thing that pays on the back burner. Strategically, I didn't want to be a struggling entrepreneur. I left a $300,000 job to become an entrepreneur because I made so much in my corporate job. I had probably a $60,000 or $70,000 runway where, like, if I ain't make no money, we had sitting on cash or assets that we could liquidate quickly. We could get that much money. I want to be honest about that, because a lot of people are like, you left a $300,000 job to be, look, sis had a little bit of money stacked that I could invest in my business. So that being said, had a little bit of money stashed when I left my business. When I left my full-time job as a corporate trial lawyer, I knew that the skill I could easily monetize right off the bat was speaking. So I immediately started selling books and speaking. But I also knew that I could, because remember, when I first started speaking, I was bulk selling books, not this book, but my Law School Hustle book. I was bulk selling my Law School Hustle book. I was traveling around quite a bit. I was getting like maybe a couple $1,000s per speech and doing bulk book sales. But I had this expensive law degree that I was like, man, I could monetize this law degree. So while I was speaking, which I did not know at the time it would become Speak Your Way to Cash, and I would be getting paid to license speeches, I was literally just selling books, speaking, getting a little bit of money. It was like hustle money almost. While I was doing that, I was on Instagram every day talking about the fact that I'm a lawyer, talking about the fact that I could do people's trademarks, talking about the fact that I could do their contracts. In the very beginning of my business, I did two things that helped us make our first 6 figures in 6 months. Now, I don't know if it's 6 months exactly. The first year I was in business, from September to the end of the year when I started my company, I think we made, like, our taxes may say like $800 or so. That next year, we did 6 figures in 6 months on the firm side alone. And it came from two things. One, direct one-to-one communication with potential customers, whether it was in the DMs, whether it was me them seeing a live video saying they wanted more information, giving them a link to set a call with me. It was one-to-one communication with customers and consistently going live as much as humanly possible. I was live sometimes once every day, Monday through Friday. I would be live a couple times a week. I would be live. Like, I just went live all the time. The third thing I did, I'm gonna just give y'all the game. Serve it up. I'm gonna give you the game. The third thing that we did, we reached out to communities of entrepreneurs that could potentially use our services. That was the third thing we did. And I'm talking about, when I say we reached out, I mean, it was targeted. It was a lot of communities that we reached out to. Now, mind you, when I first started, I didn't have the brand that I have now. So a lot of people were like, well, let me see. I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't know about that. You know what I mean? Because we didn't have the brand recognition. So then I was thinking to myself, okay, I got to get my weight up. I need people to Google me and be like, oh, she's the real deal. Because in my old career, this is how they knew I was the real deal in my old career. They'd be like, Ashley, I'd show up to a networking event. They'd be like, Ashley, where'd you go to school? I'd be like, well, I went to Northwestern Law. I said it just like that. Northwestern Law, one of the best law schools in the country. And they'd be like, great, she's the real deal. We want to hire this girl. In the online space, y'all will be like, oh, sis, cute glasses. You the real deal. So it's a whole different, for my corporate heroes who are used to qualifications and experience and prestige getting you by, you might as well throw that out the window, because when it comes to the internet, they want to see what them shoes do, how you look. Are you funny when they log into your lives? Are your pictures on point? Is your family cute? You're married? You got a cute baby? Put the baby in the picture. That's what y'all be caring about. Now, don't come at me. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's fair, because I know some of y'all got them good student loans. Jesus. I know you got the good student loans, and you thinking that all you gonna do is show, I don't even know where my degree is. Show them this piece of paper that's like, she's the real, I really don't even think I have my degree up here. Where is the degree? All this money I paid for this degree. Is this it? No, I don't even know where the degree is. It's crazy. Man, I'm about to hang my degree. Y'all gonna make me hang my degree. So anyways, I know y'all think that's what's gonna get you over. I want to help my highly educated folks that listen to this podcast. If you're going to sell on the internet, you're gonna need more than a degree. You're gonna have to show people why they should work with you and figure out what your competitive advantage is. And here's the beautiful piece of that. And you want to know where you can look for your competitive advantage? Let me tell y'all where to look. Look at all them negative things people said about you growing up. I was one of those kids that people would say, "Ooh, she talked too much. Ooh, she talk white." I got that too. Hopefully kids aren't still saying that. "Ooh, she talk white. Ooh, is she an Oreo? Why you travel so much? Where you going? What you doing?" All them negative things that people said about me growing up as a kid. Oh, she talks too much. Oh, she's argumentative. Oh, she's this. Oh, she's sassy. Oh, she thinks she all that. That's exactly what the competitive advantage is. Because I can tell you right now for sure, it's a whole lot of grown folks wishing they thought they were more than they think they are. People want to be confident. People want to show up dominant. People want to show up with ease. People want to show up and slay whatever stage they're on. People want to show up and be able to communicate well and understand what they're talking about. All those negative compliments, that's your competitive advantage. Oh, you bougie? That's your competitive advantage. You like nice things? That's your competitive advantage. You make people laugh when you show up and talk. You can tell a good joke, give a good chuckle. You can go from corporate with ease all the way to yeah and ain't. That's your competitive advantage. You can code switch, sis, please. That's your competitive advantage. Every negative thing that you thought wouldn't make you great is what is going to make you great in the online space. And that's why I love it. Y'all don't care nothing about this degree I done got all these loans for, but it's there. And for those of you that have the degree, that have the experience, that too is your competitive advantage. So yeah, I will show up in some bad glasses, cute, and some stilettos and slay a stage. But yes, cum laude, Northwestern Law. Don't you forget it. Keep that one in my back pocket. You know what I mean? So no, it may not get you the deal, but the way you present who you are is absolutely your competitive advantage. Absolutely your competitive advantage. That's how people are going to know she's not like everybody else. So many of us have been in environments where we've had to be like everyone else. Now, back to the question that we got. How do you grow a brand when you do multiple things? How do you present it? Well, although I understand I can do multiple things well, there will always be a leader in your life. So you need to know in whatever phase you're in your business, which area of your business is going to lead. And you don't want to confuse people. So when you show up, you need a narrative or a story of who you are that matches your background. I'll give you an example. I am a lawyer, but I am a speaker and a speaking coach. What I absolutely love to do, what people pay me the most money for, is to speak and to coach. I get paid very well to speak. I get paid very well to coach. So if that's where they know me for, how do we make it make sense with the legal side? Oh, okay, look at my Instagram bio. It's very clear. Let me teach you how to land 5 and 6 figure contracts with Speak Your Way to Cash, and then let Mobile General Counsel protect the IP. That's one sentence. It explains exactly what I do. I help you make money. And then if you hire my firm or you work with one of our referral partners on the legal side, we help you protect the money that we help you make. But which one do I say first? The 5 or 6 figure contracts. Why? Because that's what I love to do. That's when I show up and I speak and I get on a stage, I am operating in the gifts that God gave me uniquely. And some of you might be worried because the thing that you are the best in the world at, the thing that if you work at it, you could be the best in the world at, isn't giving you any money. So you're trying to put in your back pocket what you're really, really, really good at because you can't see how it can be monetized. But in a world where kids are making millions from opening toys on YouTube, you just need to hire the right coach or consultant to help you to see where the monetization strategy lies in what you're great at. You do not need to ignore what you're great at. Like literally, if someone woke you up out your sleep at 3 a.m. and said your life depends on you performing one thing, what would it be? Because I'm going to talk. Okay. What y'all need me to talk on? Never mind, I already got a speech. I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk. All right. So that's what I'm going to do. If that scenario were to happen to me, I'm going to speak. I'm going to perform. I'm going to utilize my words to pierce the hearts of whomever I'm speaking to. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I am one of the best in the world at. It wouldn't matter if someone was like, you need to do a talk. It's going to be Tony Robbins, Oprah, you, and Damon John. I'd be like, absolutely, I will be ready. What time is my flight? You know what I mean? Like, that's my jam. So whatever your jam is, whatever the thing is that you can do with little to no preparation because your life has already prepared you to do that thing, or you prepare all the time. I'm always studying great speakers. Always. I'm always analyzing where I could do better. Always. Because it's what I love. And let me tell you something else. Here's how you know you need to stop selling a product or service that you're selling. When you no longer desire to learn about how to improve it. Can we repeat this? For the people in the back, for the replay folks, tag your friends. Here's how you know you need to stop providing a product or a service. When you no longer seek to improve your delivery. You don't want to read about the latest updates? That's not your thing. You don't want to study it on your off time? That's not your thing. You don't want to subscribe to all the magazines and articles about it? It's not your thing. Whenever you see someone doing it, you're not inadvertently critiquing them in your head. You're not a hater. You're just excellent at your craft. And you don't like when people disrespect what you do by not being great at it. It doesn't offend you. When you see someone doing the thing that you are extraordinary at, it's not hard for you to watch them do it wrong. It's not your thing. It's not your thing. You cringe about hiring people to help you get better at it. It's not your thing. You don't love that. And without love, it's hard to endure. Woo! Look, I was not even gonna go here today. Without love, it is hard to endure. People ask me all the time, like, oh, you're married to Chris. I've been married 10 years. Whoa, that went fast. That's a long time. I'm like, yeah, but is it perfect? No. What? No, it's not perfect, but it's really good. And even when it's not really good, it's easy to endure because I really love him. I really love him. And that same emotion, that feeling of like, it may not be right now, but if I just keep working at it, it can get better. That endurance muscle, I have that same level of like, oh, I could do this for my work because I love it. So many people will criticize you. Anyone like to work? I know it's bad to say that now because now it's all about like, not working hard, attracting, whatever. I get it. People love attracting. But here's the thing. Whereas some people have fun watching TV, I have fun perfecting my craft. Genuine fun. I really like it. I do. And if you don't feel that way, you just got to find something that you like. Because when you love a thing, you're going to want to do it. You're going to want to learn about it. That's just natural. It's not weird. It's not weird. So for people who are like, oh my gosh, you need to take more vacations. And I'm like, my work is essentially a vacation. Like I'm making a live video right now. I'm doing a podcast interview in a couple hours. And then I'm taking a flight in a couple weeks to go get trained on how to make more money. We're staying in a really nice Airbnb. What I need a vacation. I mean, I'm going to Cabo later this year to go to a business training. This feels just like vacation to me. So I'm not saying overdo it. I'm not saying don't find ways to mentally rest so that you can dream and do better and learn more. What I am saying is if you feel like you always need a break from what you're doing, like every week you like, oh, thank God I'm off this job. Ooh, thank God it's 5 o'clock. It's not your thing. But you have a thing. Let me be clear. Don't be fooled. There is something that when you do it, you feel energized. And yeah, you're not going to love every aspect of business, but the core offering that you provide, you should love enough to want to learn about it, to want to invest in it, and to want to present it to other people. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, great value, turn on badges. I need to do that. So that's all I got for you guys today. That is all I have for you today. Hopefully you got some value out of this. If you did, please tag someone, share this with them. And I will see y'all a little bit later. I got to get back to it. But I wanted to share that message with you guys. And hopefully it was helpful. And please do send in your questions to Ashley@speakyourwaytocash.com. All right, I'll see y'all a little later.